Hi everyone, Maggie here. I know I haven't been blogging in a while, but I'm back and I'm actually going to show you some of my adventures from my trip to Disney World for the holidays. My mom and I usually try to go to celebrate big milestones, and we went in December because we just love Disney at Christmas time. So what I want to share with you first is our dinner and our time at Cinderella's Royal Table. Now, this restaurant is in Cinderella's castle in Magic Kingdom, and it is a character dining, and it serves a prefix menu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We usually don't do character dining just because it's a lot of money, and they're usually buffets, and since my mom and I are both plant-based eaters, it's a wasted money for us. So we saw that this was a prefix, and a friend actually had gone earlier with her children and got some amazing pictures and had a great time. So we thought, why not? We should try it. So we did. Now, our reservation was at 9:55 p.m. The park was open for extra magic hours till midnight, and 9:55 was the only reservation we could get. It's a little late for us, but we thought, why not? And we know how hard it is to get reservations. So we actually went to the castle around 7:30 because the fireworks were at 8, and we wanted to see the fireworks from Cinderella's castle. But as you can see from my pictures, if you get there early before the fireworks, you can get some amazing shots of the castle, of Main Street. It's just a really cool opportunity because I don't think you can really go up to the castle once it's iced by Elsa. So this was a fun little thing and kind of a bonus that we got to take all these pictures with no one in the background. And it was a really nice moment. Another favorite part of mine was seeing the mosaics that are in the hallway of Cinderella's castle. If you walk from the front of the castle to Fantasyland, you see them. So all of these mosaics, they've been there from the beginning, and they're just beautiful artworks, and when you're there early, you can really see the details of the mosaics. It's just a beautiful thing to look at. It was a highlight for me. So another reason why is, and the picture will be coming up soon, we went so early, was you can see the fireworks from behind the castle. So they're all shot off behind Magic Kingdom, obviously. The thing is, you miss the projections and you miss all of that. So if you like seeing the projections, going to see the fireworks at Cinderella's castle isn't a good option. But I mean, I've seen them in front of the castle from a resort, the deluxe resorts, now behind the castle, and honestly it was my favorite way of seeing the fireworks because you can just enjoy them, and they're beautifully framed. You have the carousel in the shots, it's just really nice. It's enjoyable, and we were sitting with a bunch of children and families that had just eaten at the Cinderella Royal's table, and they enjoyed it. They were kind of disappointed at first, like, oh, we don't get to see the projections, but then you get to see all the fireworks. Really, that's the closest I've ever been to fireworks. So I definitely recommend it. Even if you want to see the projections, just give it a try because it's really a magical moment. So like I said before, Cinderella's Royal Table serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's all prefix. So for lunch and dinner, you get 3 courses. For breakfast, you get 2. And they have vegetarian options, vegan options. They're really accommodating for all different diet restrictions. So once your reservation time is up, you check in and you're given this cute little royal invitation, and you stand in line to meet Cinderella. Now, while you're waiting in line to meet Cinderella, take a look around because there's a lot of cool little details and things I think we always take for granted, and Disney World is known for its little details and just little magic moments. So really take time to look around and see the details. And there's actually, if you look, there's a little Gus and Jacques watching over Cinderella. So when you go into the main greeting room, make sure you look for them. Now, I have to say, I'm not big on meeting the characters, but meeting Cinderella was definitely a highlight for me. She was really attentive. I had my celebration button on and she read it, and then she talked to me about how if you stay strong and positive, your fairy godmother will help you through anything. And she was just really great. She made sure not to rush anyone. She took time to talk to everyone and really make that moment special. So I definitely recommend it. Even if you're not into meeting the characters, it's something that I would do again, and I hope to do it again soon. So once you're done meeting Cinderella, you wait for your name to be called, and then once your name's called, they tell you to go upstairs and meet the hostess to seat you to your table. So we were actually called pretty quickly, and we actually had a really nice seat. We were right at the windows, and we could look out onto Fantasyland, and it was beautifully lit, very clean, and it wasn't in the middle of everything, so we weren't surrounded by a ton of like crazy kids. So once you're seated, you're given your menu, obviously, and you can pick a drink. You can pick wine or beer, or just a regular water or soft drink. You also get to pick an appetizer, entree, and dessert. And my mom and I are vegan based, so we tried their vegan options. The appetizer for us was the castle salad. It had apples and fresh onions and radish and lettuces, and it all really worked well together. It was married nicely together, and I definitely recommend it, even if you just want a salad. I got a glass of a rosé champagne. You can't really see it here because the lighting was dark, but it was delicious and accompanied the meal really well. For my entree, I got the chickpea panisse, which it had chickpeas and carrots, and the little squares were like ground up chickpeas. It was honestly, I was going in hesitant because sometimes the vegan entrees aren't very flavorful, but this one was full of flavor. It had crunch, it had softness, it had great textures. I definitely recommend it. Even if you're not vegan or vegetarian, it's very filling, very well balanced, and you won't be too full and like groggy after eating it. So definitely get it. Now, for some reason, I didn't get a picture of the dessert, which I don't know how that even happened, but we both got the coffee pâte de crème, which is a vegan-based dessert. It's a custard. It had chocolate-covered espresso beans on it, which added the texture. The passion fruit gelée gave it a brightness and just a fresh take on the dessert. I definitely recommend it. If I wasn't plant-based, I would have definitely tried the other desserts. I do sometimes break my diet to try the desserts, but the coffee pâte de crème was really good, so I highly recommend it. So throughout your meal, you get to meet a bunch of princesses. We met Snow White, who was very sweet and acted very much like Snow White. We also met Aurora, and while you're meeting the princesses, they talk to you. You can ask them questions. So we didn't ask too many questions with the first two, but with Ariel and Jasmine, who's next, we asked them fun questions about how it is living in the palace and how Scuttle, and you can just ask them anything. They can answer basically any question. So at the beginning of your meal, you're given this wishing star and a wand. And at some point during the meal, you can make a wish, and you tap the wishing star 3 times with your wand, and your wish comes true. So there's lights, there's everything. So I definitely recommend this meal to anyone who's visiting Disney World. It's just so great. Cinderella says goodbye to you, asks how your meal was. Also, if you go at like 9:55 when we did, the park is basically empty by the time you leave. We were leaving around 11:45-ish. So you can get amazing pictures of the castle. I mean, here is my memory maker photo with only one other person behind it, and castle is still iced. So I definitely recommend it, especially if you're not going with little kids, to go when there's extra magic hours and do that later reservation, because you can get pictures like this that you won't otherwise. I hope this vlog was helpful. Please subscribe and comment below whatever else you would like me to cover. I will have a bunch of more videos of Disney coming out. Bye!